welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my calendar ideas and mods for better and more fun gameplay in The Sims 4. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I utilize the calendar in The Sims 4 and how I use it to create holidays to make the game a lot more fun and just provide fun gameplay. I did one of these calendar videos not too long after I started my channel. I've changed the way I use the calendar now. It's been quite a while since I did that video. So I thought I'd share with you today how I use it, as it's one of my favorite features that is a part of the game. So I hope that you can take some inspiration from this and use some of the holiday ideas in your game too. So I'm in my personal save file today and I'm going to be showing you the calendar that I have created for this save file. This save file is very much family gameplay based, as is most of my gameplay. So my calendars definitely stay quite similar in every one of my save files. They don't change it too much, they may differ here and there, but I thought I would share with you the calendar that I use in this save file, as it has quite a few holidays in it, and I think this save is quite a good example of how I use my calendar the most. So this is the calendar that I use for the Harmon family. As you can see, it's filled with holidays for each season. So I'm going to be running through each one. All of these holidays that you do see on here, most of them I do add into all my save files. They work for every single save file that I use, and I find them really fun to celebrate with my Sims. I'm going to be starting off with showing you the holidays in spring first, but before I do that, I want to share with you the mods that I use for my calendar to make the calendar a lot more customizable. The mods that I do share with you, I will leave linked in the description of today's video. So the first mod is the More Selectables icon mod by 𝒎𝒏. The More Selectable Icons mod is a great mod to add it to your calendar. It adds a variety of more icons into your game. You may be able to see a few of them on my calendar, ones that aren't part of the game already. Just like this wave icon here and this balloon icon here as well. And this mod adds a ton of new icons. So with seasons, we only get up to this icon here. So we don't get many at all. And it can be quite hard to customize your calendar with the little amount of icons that we do get. But with this mod, there is a ton of new icons added, as you can see. There are so many. I think there is about 2,000. I may be incorrect. That may be a bit of a high number. But I think there may be 2,000 more icons added, which is a crazy amount. I'm actually playing with the later version of this installed in my game, but with the newer version, there is a few more updated icons added in, such as the icons with werewolves and my wedding stories. You can now add them as a calendar icon as well. But as you can see, there are so many, and I love using this because it just allows me to be able to make my holidays a lot more customizable, and I think it makes the calendar look really cute as well. But there are so many to choose from. Not only does this mod add icons for the calendar, it also adds more icons for the clubs that come with Get Together too, which is a really cool addition. The other mods that I use for my calendar are more holiday traditions, and I get these more holiday traditions from a range of different modders. So I'll quickly run through them as well. So the first one is the Holiday Traditions by Kiara Sims 4 mods. And with this mod, you can add up to 66 more traditions to your calendar. I haven't downloaded all of them. I have put the ones in my game that I will use the most. But as you can see on the link to the download, there is so many traditions that you can add in, such as adopt a pet, beach comb, blow out candles, carve a pumpkin, collect honey, drink tea. There is so many to choose from, and it can be so helpful when creating ideas for your calendar and for holidays. I also have the Little Miss Sam random holiday traditions added into my game as well. With this mod, it just adds a few more traditions into your game. This one's a bit of a smaller mod compared to the last one, but it adds in a few, such as cleaning, do laundry, eat ice cream, exercise, and you'll see me use these throughout my calendar as well. And the last mod I have in my game for more holiday traditions is by this modder here. I'm not going to try and pronounce their name because I don't want to get it wrong, but I also recently found these traditions to add into my game too, and these ones are so cool. So the ones that I have in my game are the Writing Holidays tradition and also the 5 new kids holiday traditions and the 5 new toddler holiday traditions as well. So now that I've gone through all of the mods that I use for my calendar to customize it a lot more, I'm going to share with you the holidays that I create to add into my gameplay and the holidays that I add onto my calendar as well. So this is a bit of an overview of the calendar here, and we're going to start in spring. As you can see, I play on 14 days. I usually stick to 14 days. Occasionally I'll play on 7 days, but most of the time it's 14. So first, let's go ahead and start with spring. So the first holiday that I usually add to my calendar is spring clean. I add this holiday at the beginning of springtime, so I usually just get my Sims to clean the house, do the laundry, just clean after all the winter time. I think it's quite a small but cute holiday to add into the springtime, and it's just a day really for your Sims to clean their homes. I'm gonna skip back a bit though, because the next 2 holidays I have to show you are more personal to the save file, but they definitely can work for any save file. So on my calendars as well, I also like to add events or birthdays, so then I know that they're coming up, because I can get quite forgetful. I think as well it's just a great way to keep track on what your Sims are going to be getting up to. So I do add birthdays onto my calendar, so then I don't forget when they're going to happen and I can be prepared for them. So here I have 𝒐𝒑𝒆𝒏 and Skylar's birthday, and as you can see for this holiday I've added blowout candles, ball pit and jungle gym. And then on the weekend of the last week of spring I have Kai and Penelope's wedding, so again I've just put that down on the calendar so then I don't forget when it's going to be, and it's a great way of just adding a holiday onto your calendar as well. And then moving on to the second week of spring, on the Sunday of the second week of spring I usually always add Mother's Day. I like to add Mother's Day and Father's Day into my game. Sometimes I add in a Parent Day, it really just does depend on the type of gameplay I'm playing with, but for this save file I wanted to add in Mother's and Father's Day. So for Mother's Day I have a gift a parent, hug a parent and go on vacation or travel. So this is just a day that your Sims can spend together to appreciate their parents, and I always add Mother's Day into the springtime as well. The day after that we have Springfest, so this is the equivalent to Easter in real life, and for Springfest I have my Sims egg hunt, flower bunny, a family dinner and also baking as well. And if I just quickly edit holiday, you'll be able to see that I set the decoration theme to spring, and also I have the day off work and school for my Sims too. I don't have day off work and school for all of the events, so for example the spring clean, my Sims won't have the day off work and school. I only add the day off work and school if I think it really applies to the holiday. The last holiday that is part of spring is Love Day, and this one does come with the game already. I just did change some of the traditions. So for my Love Day I have go on a date, romantic spirit and watch romantic TV. Sometimes I change up the traditions on this holiday depending on the story that I'm playing with my Sims. I kind of do that with a couple of the holidays. I will just change up the traditions, but I kind of keep the holidays the same. So they are the holidays that I put in the spring part of my calendar. Next up we are going to move on to the summertime. So for the summertime I've started off this save with National Pet Day. I always add National Pet Day onto my calendar. I really like putting it in as I kind of use this day for my Sim to adopt a pet or add a pet into the household, because I never really know when is a good time to do it. So just adding in this holiday kind of gives me a bit of guidance with that. And then if we go along the calendar a bit, I then have the summertime festival, and this holiday is kind of just a day where your Sims can take a break in the middle of the week. So for this holiday I do have my Sims take the day off work and school. So for this holiday I added a barbecue, art and music spirit so your Sims can dance and have music, water fun and also eat ice cream as well. This is one of my favourite holidays that I add into my calendar. I love celebrating this with my Sims. I find it a lot of fun. And then if I move along my calendar a bit more, we have another birthday. This is Daniel's birthday. So for this birthday I have blow out candles and go on vacation or travel. And then on the second Sunday of summer I have Father's Day, very similar to Mother's Day, but it's Father's Day instead. But as you can see I have the same traditions for that one. And then we have summer vacation. This is close to the end of summer where your Sims can have a few days off work and school. This is a good time to take your Sims on vacation vacation or just have them spend time together. So the summer vacation starts on Tuesday, and for every single one of these, I have my Sims have the day off work and school. In between the summer vacation, I also have Alani's birthday, who is this Sim down here. So for her birthday, I have blowout candles, party spirit and water fun. I have water fun because they live in Sulani, and I can imagine for her birthday, she'd probably want to go swimming, go somewhere that includes water. So I do kind of change the traditions depending on, as I said, the Sims I'm playing with. So I have the summer vacation until Friday, and then that is the end of my summer calendar. Next, we move on to autumn. I think the autumn time is one of my favorite parts of the calendar. I feel like you can add a lot of cozy holidays. So the first holiday I have in the autumn time is back to school. As it's just been summer vacation, it's time for your Sims to head back to school. So I just have that marked on the calendar on Monday. And then a couple of days after that, we have the fall festival. This again is another holiday to welcome in the autumn time, the fall time, just as the summertime festival is to welcome in the summertime. I don't have my Sims have the day off for this, as they did just have a vacation, but they can go and travel for this day, maybe after they come home from work and school. So they can go on vacation or travel. They can also carve a pumpkin, so they could go to a pumpkin patch or something. I kind of like to do that. I also have eat grilled cheese and also decorate, so I use this day for your Sims to decorate for the autumn time, or also decorate for Spookfest, which is coming up in a couple of days on the calendar. And then a couple of days after that, on the Friday, I have Spookfest, and I added this on the Friday so then your Sims kids can stay up late. They don't have to go to school the next day, so they can go trick-or-treating. They can have maybe a spooky party. But for this holiday, I have spooky spirit, wear costumes and trick-or-treat. Then moving on to the second week of autumn, we have a holiday that I add on the second Sunday of autumn as well. This is self-care day, and I add this into the autumn time as I feel it's quite a cozy holiday. So it's just a Sunday for your Sims to have a self-care day. They can exercise, they can sleep, watch a movie and drink tea, just have a very relaxing day. And then after that, I have Sim World Cup Day, and I do actually get my Sims to have a day off for this. So this day is a sports event for your Sims to celebrate, so they can have a barbecue, watch sports TV, eat pizza and play soccer. Just a sports event to add into the game. I think it's just a really fun holiday to play with, and I think it's just a perfect holiday for the autumn time as well. And then moving on a couple more days, we then have Harvest Fest. I do add a bit of a break for my Sims for Harvest Fest, so I have Harvest Fest break, and on this day I get my Sims to decorate ready for Harvest Fest the next day, go on vacation or travel, and also cook pancakes as well. And then as for Harvest Fest, I have baking, grand meal and thankful spirit, and then Harvest Fest break the next day. Just have a relax after Harvest Fest, clean the house, sleep and just do some laundry. So that is all of my holidays I add in for the autumn time. Moving up my calendar, because I am currently in the winter time, I'm going to be sharing with you the final part of the calendar, which is the holidays I add in the winter. So unfortunately, I have already played a week in winter, but I don't add too many holidays onto the first week of my calendar. Sometimes I may add in a snow day depending on where my Sims are. For example, it's not going to snow in Sulani because it's very hot here, but if my family was living in Willow Creek, for example, I would just do a snow day. I would have my Sims have the day off work and school, and then I can pick an icon. So I would pick quite a wintry one, so maybe the snowflakes. I could add in go skating and also as well winter fun. And then after your Sims have been out in the snow all day, they could come inside and do some baking, or they could watch a movie, and then I would just add that to the calendar. So potentially a snow day on the first weeks. In this week, I kind of just focus on my Sims work and school, because then after that, your Sims have a jam-packed week of Winterfest. So on the second Sunday of winter, I add a Winterfest decorating day. I like my Sims to have their decorations up a few days before Winterfest does arrive. So on this day, I have my Sims decorate, festive spirit and winter fun as well. And then a couple of days after that, we have Winterfest Eve. I think this is one of my favorite holidays to add into the game. So on this day, your Sims have festive spirit, festive lighting, Father Winter and baking. And I do have this so your Sims have the day off work and school. I have all these holidays here up to New Year's Eve for your Sims to have the day off work and school. I I add Father Winter onto Winterfest Eve, as traditionally Father Christmas, Santa, he comes on Christmas Eve instead of on Christmas Day. So on Winterfest Eve, your kids could be asleep and Father Winter will come and put some presents under the Christmas tree, which I think is really cute. And then on Winterfest, I have Festive Spirit, Open Presents, Gift Gifts and Grand Meal. So this day is quite similar to the one that is already on the calendar by default. And then the day after that, I have a Winterfest break. So again, this is just another day similar to Harvest Fest. The day after Winterfest, your Sims can just clean and have a bit of a debrief from Winterfest. They can play outside and have some winter fun a bit more. Also, they're going to have to decorate because the day after that is New Year's Eve. So this is the last day of winter, countdown to midnight, drinking and make resolutions as well. And then the calendar rolls round again to spring and you can celebrate all the holidays with your Sims once again. So that is a rundown of my calendar. As you can see, it's quite full, but I do like to try and keep gaps in between the holidays as well, just so that my Sims can have some days of just going to work and school and not much going on. But I absolutely love using the calendar in the game. It's one of my favorite features. But that is where I'm going to be leaving today's video. I really hope that you did enjoy it. I hope that you got some inspiration for your own calendars and your own gameplay. And if you're able to, I would really recommend adding the holiday traditions into your game and the more holiday icons as well, as I definitely couldn't make the holidays and make my calendar look the way it does without those mods. So they are so cool and really handy and helpful, so I definitely recommend. But other than that, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you did enjoy. I hope that you have a great rest of your day and I will see you again very soon. Bye!